I'm having a feeling and it's lonely. Hello! Welcome to this video where I'll be talking about maintaining our sense of worth despite being alone or feeling lonely. Unfortunately, most of us know what it's like to be in a room full of people and feel alone or lonely. So what's going on? Loneliness is what we feel when we're disconnected from a sense of companionship, and that can happen anywhere. Disconnection in relationships frequently happens when we experience loss or when we don't feel seen or heard by the people around us, and that can leave us yearning for a sense of reconnection. But sometimes we feel lonely and think there's something wrong with us, that there must be a reason why we're not surrounded by people. And we arrive at this idea that it must mean we're unlikable or unlovable. We all need connection. But when we're not getting it, it can be easy to move into feeling isolated, worthless, or defective. Loneliness can bring up feelings of shame because we think, if I was just good enough, people would want to be with me. That's emotional. Oh my God. It's a trap. Being alone doesn't mean you're meant to be alone. And feeling lonely doesn't mean you're unworthy of attention. It simply means that you're wanting more connection than you're getting. And that's okay. I keep saying, you deserve to have your needs met. You deserve to have your needs met. See? So what can we do when we feel lonely? Well, it depends on what kinds of interactions leave you feeling safely connected and how available those interactions are to you. We need to weigh the emotional stakes of how we choose to reach out so that we're not constantly putting ourselves out there in ways that leave us feeling rejected or even more isolated. And if we look at necessary communication for deepest fulfillment, sometimes keeping it simple is ideal. Would inviting someone out for coffee work? How about a check-in text? I'm often surprised at how little I really need to ease my loneliness, even when the emotion itself feels crushing or insurmountable. And in situations where we feel comfortable, we can ask people to reach out to us. The other thing we can do is make sure that we're caring for our self-esteem so that loneliness isn't so tightly linked to shame. Shame keeps us isolated because it demotivates us for reaching out for the very thing that would soothe us. Ugh. Now, decoupling shame from loneliness is more of an uphill trek than sending a text. But building self-esteem has far-reaching benefits for our emotional well-being. We can write a letter to our lonely self and read it when we need to, or maybe create a list of things that help us feel competent and worthy and pull that out when loneliness strikes. Whatever the solution, remember, we all get disconnected. It's okay to feel lonely. And after we soothe the shame, sometimes we can even find solace in our alone time and learn to relish it. Too optimistic? Loneliness can be an incredibly painful feeling. And for those of us who have experienced long stretches in our lives where loneliness wasn't soothed, it's easy to think that we'll be, yes, forever alone. But we can experience this fear without calling our worth into question. The truth is, the amount of loneliness we experience has no bearing on whether we're worthy of connection or love or intimacy. And depending on who you are, sitting with the simple truths of loneliness like sadness, fear, and desire can actually provide relief. Remember, everyone feels lonely sometimes, and that's okay. This has been another episode of I'm Having a Feeling. My name is Ten. Thank you so much for watching. My current feelings are guilt at having been away and relief that I'm finally back. I appreciate everyone's patience while I've been recovering from a concussion and whiplash that I got in a car accident back in September. It's been an incredibly lonely experience, and I'm really grateful to be back sharing this with you. If you're feeling lonely yourself, I'm so sorry. I've linked to some resources down below. You can reach out, and remember, you're wonderful and you're worthy, okay? Good. If you like this video, you can hit the like button. If you wish to see more, you can hit subscribe down below. I can be found on Twitter, Instagram, and patreon.com at mightyfeels. And that's all. You're great. I hope you feel great. And thanks for watching.